There we go. Start recording again. I'll work on the fourth file. Oops. Yes. Oh, he ate. Oh, pigs eat dead carcass. Oh, wow. Ugh. Well, what if we'll be in now? 85. Let's try 120 again. No, it's a totally different game. I do like 80 or like 70 maybe 60. 60's like better, but you can't really see anything. I'm gonna charge my watch. Okay, now I believe I'll go to bed now. It is a Wednesday into a Thursday, and there's really no reason to stay up this late on a Wednesday night. So I will go to bed here, but first we will go to town and turn in. I will kill the Walking Dead general one last time, and I'll go to town and turn in. But first, I'm just processing all the stuff we did. I'm learning that everything in this game has weight. Even killing the zombies actually does make like steady good money. You can actually make good money doing it. So, okay, good. And then finally, let's see if Undead General spawned. He did. So let's do him one last time. I want to shoot a zombie and have him melee me. Is there one aggroed I can't see? Oh. I want to kill this guy. Could have killed that guy as soon as he pulled. I don't want to start shit with people in my own neighborhood. It'll just cause problems. It's so annoying. Let me turn. The turning is so shitty. It's so shitty. You need to fix it. Okay, we're gonna combine things here. Bone tissue, bone tissue, bone tissue, bone tissue, emulge, bone tissue. Oh, there. So let's fill bone tissue orders and pig orders. Oh, I need to feed the pigs. Bone tissue, emulge, bone tissue. Actually, I'm just going to take all of this stuff and I'm going to sell it. On the auction house. Oh. Oh, what was that sound? Oh, okay. Bone tissue. Three gold. 3 gold. 3 gold. 3 gold. Yeah, that graveyard visit translated into 10 gold. Well, a lot more with the heads, actually, but yeah, and then emulge. Let's see if there's emulge here. Let's look at the market. Emulge goes for 15 gold a stack, so I'll sell a half stack for, I don't know, 7. And all the rest of this vendors, I believe. Why don't you sit? I want you to sit. I should get Treasure Hunter on him. He's low. Yeah, they can't even really hurt my pet. $13 gold from that graveyard run, and I got levels on the pigs. of stuff to sell. $5 gold there. 38 zombie heads.
Nice, don't worry. See what I have for you.
18 gold off that zombie run, which really isn't that bad. Like, that is not that bad.
Come again.
So this springbok carcass, I'm going to sell it. And the bone tissue. $23 gold all in all, I think. Yeah, 23, well, a little bit more than that, actually. 25 gold, I think, all in all. Yeah, like 25 gold all in all, which isn't bad for just a graveyard run. 25 gold. Not bad for a graveyard run and getting pig levels. That's not too bad. We'll go do bandit now. It's a little bit more after I turn in, which is good. Getting tired here. I'm going to stop. How long did we go today? I don't really have a concept. I believe it was 14 hours. Or yeah, I started at what? I think, yeah, 12:30 today or something like that. I don't know. So it's been like, yeah, it's been 12 hours. Excuse me, 12 hours. Okay. Oh, I went the wrong way for some reason. Where did I go? I could, I should recharge my jewelry while I'm here. I should do that because I'll forget if I don't. So, and I put money away, but I should pull it back out again. 30 gold, and I'll do the enchanting cognizant. And there goes that graveyard run. Okay. Oh, I gotta turn in Walking Dead General and take bandits. Maybe there's a new daily or something. I don't know. We'll see. I should look for Karotin while it's dead, and hopefully there's some on the ground. Oops. Karotin. Yes, there is a lot of Karotin. I'm gonna get my daily done maybe, and that'll be 50 more gold. Which is good because I just spent fucking 30. Oh my god, just take me to the goddamn carrots. Let's go. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I got 50 gold off that and some more clay, which is good. And everything was here. Nice. I'll take all this food back to my base. We can make pig with cabbage and peaches and carrots. Please stop. Please stop. God damn it, you attacked the wrong mob, you idiot. I guess I can just stack it. Yeah, I should stack it. Ooh, 25 gold for just harvesting. Ooh, endless lightning clusters. I wish I could find a way to...
only the best for you. Nice talking to you.
36 gold, not bad. Shouldn't have bought that pre-shack. That was a total waste, but I learned. It was a learning experience. Why is this guy taking my fucking things? Oh, I didn't get the soldier test, damn it. I forgot. Got to do the soldier task. I'm getting tired. This game's so slow that half an hour blew by like nothing while I just tried to fucking leave the town. $50 silver, 60 glory, veteran outlaws for 17 more minutes, and then it changes. The daily changes. Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to know I'm gonna sleep and get on it in the morning. And take a bandit task for right now to start with, which is good because then I can start like do that before the day ends. Dailies. It devolves into dailies so quickly. Might pause
You've been examined.
to eat something musical. What was that? I believe I will eat something else. Or well, I'll have a tomato sandwich, I guess, before bed. But I think I'm done with Mortal. I'm gonna log out to Rust. Here, this is a good session. Okay, so the storm ended. Get back to killing Marlboros, I guess. True Love Choco. Okay. I have 2 stacks of lightning clusters, which is probably only like 24k. That's still money. It's not as good as dark clusters, but it might be more after the Marlboro vines too. Chameleon diamond. I wonder what that does. FFXI chameleon diamond. Let's see. What do I want to do? I think I'll cook something. Actually, I think I want a full meal. I walked 5 miles today. I can have a meal. Cleo shit with pink sauce. I'm not sure. Okay. The committee is an organism with at least 6 legs and no brain. In the mood for love. COP 32, vessel without a captain. It's worth 5k. So I can just turn that in for 5k. It's not repeatable, but it is 5k. I can get 5k from it. Oh, I should bring axes here because look, like the logging points are just like sitting there, and that's money. I don't want to switch gear, but I'll bring down like logging points. I think this person Soon delirium. Okay, so I wanted to log into Rust before I left and do one last run. I want to watch something entertaining.
Meaning that players can come over and kill you, and which can be incredibly frustrating to many, as you lose most of your items upon death. Yeah.
Okay, World of Warcraft don't do that.
World of Warcraft doesn't do that, Blizzard's too scared. While some think wilderness PvP is insufferable, others find that this constant stress that this Wild West environment brings to the game is what makes it so unique and exciting. It's like Escape from Tarkov.
Extraction's always fun.
Yeah. When I traverse the wilderness, it matters. Player killing, or PKers, are people who seek out players to kill in the wilderness for items, money, or simply for sport. There's a whole community around the idea of PKing, with some people going to elaborate lengths to fool people into entering the wilderness only to be killed immediately. Those are sociopaths. If you're even in a digital world, if you are going and making time to like lure someone in somewhere to kill them, that's like it's the same as basically being like, my son's killing cats. It's like a new age Jeffrey Dahmer. One man furiously explains how he had weeks of progress destroyed due to the constant abuse from gangs of PKers, which is exactly the kind of post PKers want to see.
Incoming
is
image.
feeding them. PKers have become so infuriating to players that they would have to start searching for protection rackets, where high-level players would be paid to follow them in game and protect them while they went around about their business. How cool is that, though? That's like a legitimate like fantasy story.
Yeah, like hiring like a Kingsguard or something.
Yeah. The Wilderness Guardians, one of the most well-influential clans in RuneScape history, was created specifically to combat this issue. They've even organized multiple real-life meetings across the country. That's how real this shit is, dude.
It's like a literal White Knight.
It's a literal White Knight expansion group inside of RuneScape to like defend honor and justice. Wait, today's video is sponsored by Fume, the leaders in flavored air. Breaking bad habits.
Stir my dinner.
So why don't you let Fume help? Fume is not a vape, it's not an e-cig, it's just flavored air, which means you can use Fume anywhere. That's because there's no vapor, no nicotine, and no toxic chemicals. And on top of that, Fume is an award-winning device that puts you on the path towards being free from bad habits. And Fume's new mango flavor is perfect for the summer. Fume is also there for you when you're feeling anxious. Find your calm and center yourself with its satisfying clicks and snaps wherever and whenever you need to. Over 500,000 people have already made the switch to Fume as part of their habit change journey. If you're ready to try it for yourself, now's the time. For a limited time, if you order the Journey Pack using my code PAPAMEAT, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to level up your experience. Click the link tryfume.com/PapaMeat or scan the QR code on screen to get yours today. Thank you to Fume for sponsoring this video, and back into the video. This isn't the only anger-inducing part of the game. In RuneScape, there are many ways to screw over other players. So let's talk about some of the classics. We wanted to set up how people get frustrated, because now we're going to slowly dive into some of the ways that we're taking the meter and just kind of going. Right? Sometimes we just start meeting with like a baby death and we have nowhere to go. RuneScape scams, guys. Which one is price manipulation? AKA the RuneScape pump and dumps of the time. You think that these people doing Bitcoin and crypto and pump and dumps work? I mean, this shit's been happening in RuneScape since the dawn of time, dude. People would artificially raise the price of an item in the Grand Exchange, which is the in-game trading system. That's the one I was telling you. It's a panic attack, whatever. Just to sell them off and make a massive profit in-game gold. Not even in real-life gold. Maybe sometimes, because you can trade stuff, or there's transactional stuff where it's like, I'll buy gold off you. But this is just people being like, look at my digital gold. You can also go to another scam was begging. Because in RuneScape, beggars are simply low-level players that pester others for gold and items. Some are more experienced and will dress and act in ways that make people feel enough pity to willingly give them better items. I just want to say dress in-game. And I don't know if psychologically they're just like, look at her, I feel bad.
Oh, yeah.
When this fails, beggars will follow high-level players and constantly harass them until they leave the world or give them something just to end the confrontation.
I used to beg in WoW at the crossroads. Never worked.
I don't know, what would you beg for? Is it just gold? What would you get with the gold?
I needed gold to pay for my mount.
Can you just do quests for gold?
Well, back in the day, it was, I don't know, maybe I just sucked, but it was hard to get gold.
I could see you being a person where it's very much just like, I don't want to have to get a quest. I just want to, can someone just give me gold so I can get my pony? Another scam was armor trimming. Inexperienced players are unaware that you can just trim any armor set you want to add decorations to it. Because of this, people will offer free armor trimming to low-level players and trick them into handing over valuable armor for this service. As soon as they receive it, they log out the game and you won't see that ever again. Shit happened. Or we can talk about the double money scam, a type of trust trade in which players claim that they will double your money by exploiting a supposed glitch. The new player gives them gold, only to soon be traded twice that amount. After the victim buys into the scam, he trades a ton more money, only for the scammer to log off. It's a classic bit.
I put in 811K and I got his 4.3 mil, and he has no idea that he just got scammed. He's going to say, again, can you double me again?
Total, I'm telling you, these are sociopaths being made, and these are children doing it. Kids are smart, dude. They're devious, aren't they? Jesus Christ, I gotta believe that. Or we can talk about free membership scams. Experienced players will trick people into thinking that if they give their login credentials, they'll give them a free RuneScape paid
Free RuneScape
membership. And as soon as
membership.
they buy into this, they
Free
get their
idiot.
account stolen. Throughout RuneScape's long
I've never
history,
fallen
there have
victim to
been
any of this
infamous
shit.
events that have cemented itself in the gamer's lore. One of those well-known examples is undoubtedly the Falador Massacre. Like this, dude. I like how we can talk about RuneScape in the same way that you can talk about American history, like medieval history or something. Like it's like the Boston Tea Party or the Boston Massacre, that kind of thing. This took place in June of 2006, and it all began after a player named Cursed You became the first person to level up his construction skill to
Ooh, a level
99. To celebrate, people started flooding into a large home to congratulate him and party. From here, something strange and unheard of occurred. Because there were approximately 800 people in his home, the game started to lag aggressively. It got to the point where Cursed You had no choice but to kick everyone out of the house. Everyone was ejected and sent back into Falador, a city that is considered a safe zone where PvP is not possible. Somehow, due to a bug, players that were thrown out of the house could engage in PvP with any player in Falador. Oh my god! This resulted in a massacre where players began abusing the bug to take out as many people as they could and steal their valuable loot. Because people thought they were safe for the celebration, many had incredibly valuable items equipped at the time.
Oh
At one
my
point, a player
God.
had lost one of their party hats in the carnage, an exclusive
This
item
is why I don't
from
like
the
gamers.
that later became one of the most rare and most
They'll
valuable
do this
items
shit
in the
on
game.
RuneScape.
Some of these items are
Fucking
worth thousands of
RuneScape.
real life dollars. Okay? Can you imagine it? He's like, that was my kid's tuition. Out the door.
Like, I like gamers. I want to advocate for them, but I don't like being
The bug
around
was
them.
fixed, but there was little that they could do to return people's lost items. Rolling back the game would affect too many people that were not affected by the carnage.
Oh, I gotta check my dinner, but I gotta go
Reads like a piece of, like,
up the stairs.
that's it.
Yeah, he got kicked out of a party and everyone got drunk and killed each other.
Yeah, everyone's like, oh my god, kick him out. People, the guy's house party goes too crazy, kicks him out, and everyone goes into a town and just murders everyone. I will say that people, I bet you anything, the guy first got to get to the level 99 construction skill, and the people that were like murdered in that, I bet you they still talk about it to this day. I bet you that's a deep wound. Seems stupid, you know what I mean? His car's wrecked and he like has perspective though. He's like, it's okay. I've been through worse. That kind of thing. And not all historic moments in RuneScape were as negative as the Falador Massacre. In fact, some were insanely wholesome, like the Order of Cabbage. This is gay. Anytime I talk about positive stuff, I'm always just like, the Order of Cabbage, word. All right. The Order of Cabbage was a RuneScape cult that spawned from the mind of Black Bane, a user that decided to actively collect cabbages, an incredibly low-value item. From 2003 to 2004, he had picked 100,000 cabbages and started noticing people joining in out of pure curiosity. Eventually, he created the Order of Cabbage, recruiting around 20 people and dressing up in identical robes as they continued picking in groups. Over time, as the cult became more publicly known, hundreds of people had joined them. Together, they would create organized cabbage picking patterns
Check
to
my
clear
dinner.
fields as efficient as possible. The little diagram is so stupid. Not only that, but they even started an annual event called Help a Noob Day, in which members would give free armor to new players and help them around the game. Entire fan sites were created, as well as pieces of lore written out to explain the backstory of the cult, which became essentially their Bible. Now, 37, Backbane looks back on this time in his life and gives some takeaways from the whole experience, saying, quote,
Don't try to change the world. Start with making one small change in your life and commit to doing it every day.
He said that on his deathbed.
He's like, did he die? Jesus Christ. It's almost like an Abe Lincoln quote or some shit. It's like after he got shot in the back of the head. That's, it is very wholesome. Does that, you know what it kind of does, though? Which is, this is stuff. I want to say this is a good thing. All that, I just want to say too, I feel like if people heard that and they were like, we're trying to get in the game, they'd be like, help a noob game? Dude. You know, people, things survive when it's hell. That's how games survive. That's how people get hooked in for the lulz. I don't know.
I wish they massacred the Cabbage Cult.
Yeah, now see, if the Falador Massacre had the Cabbage Cult inside, that would have been, even more tragic because it's such a wholesome thing.
Peaceful monks being slaughtered.
Yeah, monks slaughtered at a monastery. No! For many kids playing the game in their youth, RuneScape was a major part of their social lives. And because of this, it's not uncommon for people to have had experience with RuneScape romance. This is where I'm at, boy. This is what I like. I have my own friend. I'm not gonna name it, but he met his wife on an MMO RPG, one of my buddies. They're still together this day, and they have 2 beautiful kids. How crazy is that? It was more common you think. Back then, too, I remember even back in the day, the whole thing was if you were a guy talking to someone, you're like, you realize you're getting scammed by a guy, right? You know what I mean? No one believed it. Nowadays, I feel like it'd be normal. If you're sitting there, oh yeah, I met her online. I feel like it's way more normal than it used to be. And like in the early 2000s,
well, there's only like 2% of women playing video games back then.
No, long-distance relationships are not normal and not common, and they don't work almost ever.
About how they met their first romantic partner in RuneScape.
I view them as
Ranged from
abusive.
short, innocent to an elaborate means to rob them of their gold. Regardless, people have long since used the game in order to meet women, to the point where there are even full-on guides that explain the methods of doing so. These guides cover the best locations to find women in the game, the proper fashionscape that will attract them, which is a term that refers to characters dressing in their fashion, and how to seduce women, right? These are other men, other guys in your category being like, trust me, this is what you're supposed to do, okay? In most cases, however, the women players that the players think that they're getting with are actually men in disguise who want your gold and valuable items. That's
always.
Once again.
Not always, but 9/10.
Catfishing is a big issue in online MMOs like this. According to one woman, she was 14, she was duped by a man that she was e-dating for a whole year. His name was Cody Jones, a supposed 16-year-old bad boy surfer from California that she was introduced to by her
It just
RuneScape
sounds
clan,
too
which
good.
is awesome. I love the idea of like one of those like sprites walking over and it's like, what's up, I'm Cody Jones. I love to surf from California. He was introduced to her as the little brother of their clan leader, John. They would become so close that after a year of dating, her mother let her fly to California to spend the day with him at Disneyland. And when she arrived, suddenly, Cody and members of his family, who were also in the guild, stopped responding to her. After a long stretch of radio silence, she received a text that read, "Hey Amanda, it's Jess. Cody's in the hospital. He tried to kill himself with a bottle of pills. He won't be around for a while."
Whoa.
I just want to say, poor little girl. Can you imagine? Mickey's just like, you want a picture?
Kitty, I'm eating.
You want a picture?
It's not a good time.
She thinks she's like,
Nope.
she's like, Cody, what happened? A year later, Cody explained that because he lied about his appearance, he felt ashamed and tried to take his own life. He told her that he was actually 3 years older than her, and both eventually agreed to meet up for real. He looked nothing like his photos. He appeared far older and had 2 hearing aids. She tried to see past his appearance, and they ended up kissing that night. The more time they spent together, the weirder things got. He would outright refuse to let her see his ID when she asked about it, which that's already bad. When you're 14 or 15, you're like, can I see your ID? Have that... No, I ate it. Or he'd be like, what? Huh?
How old are you picturing? Like, do you think receding hairline?
I'm picturing a guy in his early 40s that is like has had some genetic issues or whatever, so he's like maybe balding or the hearing, that kind of thing. I'm thinking early 40s. I'm putting my bets on early 40s. Eventually, she confronted him about it, only to find out that Cody was actually John, the clan leader. It was actually a 30-year-old man operating multiple fake accounts. He had lied to her for years, even forging hospital documents to trick her into thinking he'd attempted to take his own life. That's some like Catfish 101 type shit. Hey, I have this really cute friend I think that you'd be interested in if you want to talk to him. Yeah, definitely. Hey.
I'm John's bro, Cody.
I'm John's little brother, Cody. I'm young. I'm bad. Feel bad, man. Feel bad for the little girl. And also, probably since then, once again, learning experience. Next time she's in a game and she sees like a dragon guy come up to her, she's probably just like, no. She's like, I only play Madden now. Another thing that people reminisce about in regard to RuneScape romance is Cyber size. Some people have discussed innocent examples of cybering in RuneScape, like having one character stand on top of another for a few seconds, which is all the boys need. Yeah. Which this seems fairly harmless, right? Some people took things to the extreme, though, in an attempt to make it a large profit. It was revealed that RuneScape had an active cyber sex market. And one player noticed that a specific world in the game has a high population of characters soliciting cyber sex through alt accounts. I like how it's literally Shinjuku, Japan. It's just like a red district. So, I like how RuneScape has their own red district, red light district. He claims that there are loads of female accounts who also use the game as means to sell graphic videos of themselves to other players for gold. Through conversations with other informed players, he discovered that there were entire clans full of accounts that would trade insane amounts of gold for these services. And it gets much more dark considering the odds that minors are reaching out to these accounts and having actual conversations with people far older than them. Also, too, it's probably men. I would assume a lot of them
All of them are men.
Getting just like videos off the internet and selling it in that kind of way, but still, it's just like such a gross, weird role play behavior, that kind of stuff. But I bet you anything, a fair amount of of age people were just like, yeah, what else would you do? Would you spit on my bag? Turns his character around, and the little text bubble pops up, and it's like a star, spit, star. Believe it or not, there are many cases of people committing crimes within RuneScape that have led to confrontations with the police in real life. I just want to clarify that. Yeah, I just want to make sure you didn't think that it was like little characters in the game like, halt! Joshua Brandon Paolo was arrested at the age of 19 after making death threats against someone over RuneScape. At one point, he claimed that he would level his local high school in Mississippi and that he couldn't wait to, quote, blow brains out of skulls. Some guy was just
There's that lunatic right wing.
during the exchange and stuff still. Transfer all my gold out. Transfer my gold. Days after, he was arrested by the FBI and he pled guilty and was thrown in jail for 6 years. That's a hefty fucking... I wonder if there's more elaborate, if like it was something where 6 years is just crazy. I just wonder how elaborate it got. If he just said those two things, they're just like, come with us. Who's joking? That kind of thing. Or did they sit there and they found some shit in his car? Or I don't know. You know? And this isn't the first arrest to happen because of RuneScape. In 2013, a 19-year-old Kyron Benham ran into trouble after scamming his friend out of his gold. They had both been arguing for some time, and Kyron decided to get back at him by sneaking onto his computer and stealing the gold that he had been collecting for 6 years in RuneScape. The next morning, he left the home after stealing 2 bottles of liquor. Surprisingly, things escalated to the point where Kieran was arrested and brought to court. Where the gold had no real-world value, he had still gained unauthorized access to a friend's computer and had stolen their property. As punishment, he was ordered to pay 116 euro, or 135 bucks USD. But the judge would just be like, what is it? Yeah, he got on my computer.
Man, I remember when the euro was like $2 to $1.
Drawings, and he talked to my elf priest, and he told him, my dragon armor, and my dragon armor. Especially 2013, he'd be like, I don't care. You're both gay. Order. You both 6 years for being gay. Gold farming is the act of collecting large sums of in-game currency to then sell for real-world currency on second-hand markets. You go, you get a bunch of gold in-game, and then instead of having to work for it, you can be like, I'm just going to pay $5 for X amount of a bunch of gold. And that's how people farm that shit and make money off of it. For years, people have used this as a means to make consistent earnings. Because of this, there were cases of RuneScape bots flooding the game to mindlessly farm gold. RuneScape has long since established harsh rules against real-world trading. Because of this, they rushed to take action. I mean, it got so bad that up to 8,000 accounts were being banned weekly in 2007. The gold farming movement grew to a massive scale in areas like China to the point where the government had to officially ban the practice in 2009. I feel like I remember back in the day, like early days of eBay and stuff, I feel like I remember seeing like, oh, RuneScape gold. And you could buy stuff on eBay. Something you'd buy it and then they would like send you a link or a thing to where you could log in and get it. There's something about the RuneScape 2007 era that has a chokehold on so many people, with one man even asking for advice on Reddit about whether or not he should leave his fiancée of 8 years because she doesn't approve of him playing RuneScape endlessly. He states, and I quote, "Since COVID, I'm starting to think OSRS is better than having a family." Awesome.
Wow.
One man admits that during a 9-year prison sentence, he struggled intensely due to his inability to play RuneScape.
Yeah.
I can't see people being like, if you play games every day and then you take that from someone,
Yeah.
it'd be like crack. It'd be like heroin. Stripping someone off heroin and start shaking and stuff. Like, time would probably be so
I would
thought
make
about it
my own
every single day,
games
even
with
writing
pieces
a
of
novel from
paper.
the point of view of his old account that
It's
he
easy enough
shared
to do. You could easily do it. Like, one of the reasons prison never scared me is I was like, if they'll give me a notebook with some paper and a pen, I can sit there and make an elaborate game like Hearthstone and play it, like make little decks of cards with like tape and paper and draw like terrible pictures on them, but put concepts on them and numbers and stuff like that. And yeah, and I would make my own Magic the Gathering game out of paper, and I would play Magic the Gathering against like other battleground. Like I would build like a Hearthstone battleground type situation where there's like 7 like AI, except they're all me, and I play each hand against each other or whatever. And that's what I would do if I was sent to prison. I would continue to play games, but I would just make them out of paper.
with his prison buddies. Awesome.
That's how I justify myself being a kingpin. I was like, well, if I go to prison, I can always like make games out of paper, you know.
This is right. This is Klondor. It's like that thick. Like, what the fuck? He's like, I see it in my dreams.
What it's like on the outside, boys.
Here's what it's like in heaven. The second he got out of prison, he immediately bought a membership to old school RuneScape. Quote, yeah, he bought the membership before I bought a steak or had sex. Awesome. RuneScape is a game that many people hold near and dear to their hearts. And it's easy to understand why people find themselves becoming so enamored with it. This game's been around for over 2 decades now, so there's copious amounts of deep lore and the
Why not play WoW? It's something like 100,000 times the game. Is so much better, except for farming. Even farming, it's good.
If you're getting into RuneScape, go at it. I mean, it's proven that it's a good game. It's not the flashiest game. But I will say, I feel like one of those instantly recognizable. You're either going to get hooked right away, or you're going to be like, well, this looks cool.
These graphics look
The
horrible.
leveling system's very addictive. I'm gonna chop some wood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's also kind of turn your brain off and like you could be chatting with friends. I don't know. It's a classic game. Haven't talked about it in a while. It was nice going down this road, but you know, don't gamble your life away and don't threaten to like school or some shit like that. You think you'll be all right. So until next time, guys, we will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
There is an update, my friends, from Bethesda Game Studios. They are doing these developer spotlights. And this first one is a guy named Tim Lamb, who you'll recognize as Visor Man. And if you watch, like, the making of Oblivion documentary, he's in that. Like, he's been around forever. Yeah, that's him. That's him. Right there. This is like 2005, 2006. Sitting next to Todd as they're making Oblivion, okay? So he's been around forever. He's been around forever. And they are now doing these deep dives and spotlights on developers within the studio. And he talks a little bit about what they've been doing for the last year and what they're going to do with Starfield. Because bear in mind, Starfield was supposed to get major expansions every year. It was supposed to get tons of updates. And they've basically been silent since, was it August or September?
I can tell you what the real wake-up call for Starfield is if you go to Twitch, and I can do this right now. I'm up too late. I'm gonna bail in the next 5 minutes. I just wanted to put more metal frags in the TC. Oh, my camera. I forgot about my camera. I'm sorry. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I'm done here, right? Yeah, 30 hours is good. Yeah, we do a little bit of work. Okay, I'm gonna stop. Yeah. Ooh, Thunder Elemental. I'm gonna go get that, though. 2 of them. It's weird that Final Fantasy XI had wood chopping, but WoW didn't. It's not like it's good wood chopping. It's like those little glowing things on the trees, and you click them like a clicky. But it's not, it's not like bad wood chopping. Yeah, the system had depth. Good, we'll start this tomorrow. The Final Fantasy VII we never got. So what am I doing? I am bailing out. So you guys have been watching Skycat Live. I'm a full-time variety gamer, all day, every day. This video is ending here with a reminder that come click on the cast space to donate at skycat.live or come to the Twitch or the YouTube and give me a like, sub, or a follow. Thank you so much for your time, guys. I'm going to stop recording here, and yeah, then I will post